Good afternoon, secondary school. It is my pleasure to introduce the Be the Change Week that starts on Monday. Perhaps the most well-known saying involving the words "be the change" reportedly came from Mahatma Gandhi, the politician and social activist who lived between 1869 and 1948. It is a simple phrase that has been used in numerous contexts. But in fact, it is almost certain that Gandhi did not say these exact words. Instead, he said this: "We but mirror the world. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do." To me, the key similarity between the quotes is the idea of personal agency, the idea that we are in control of our actions and that our actions matter and have consequences. The second quote is far more meaningful and relevant to what is going to happen next week in two key aspects. The first is that by changing how we conduct our lives, we can bring great happiness to ourselves, which in turn brings change to the world around us. The second crucial point is that we are independent of others in being able to make the changes, and the change can be immediate. We need not wait to see what others do. So, as we enter next week, take in as much information on offer as possible and be ready to change the way you interact with the world. I would now like to hand over to Chloe, Tanvi, and Mr. Fazon, who will be the first of many groups explaining what will happen in detail next week. Thank you.
So, hello secondary, and we are really happy to be able to participate in this year's Be the Change Week and to present to you our service group, our aims, and how exactly we're going to be involved this year. So, Not in My School is a new service group, and we aim to create a safe and comforting school environment for every student, every staff member, regardless of race, sexual orientation, gender, religion, etc., as well as discouraging and eradicating discriminatory behavior from school culture. And so we really look forward to growing and expanding as a group since we're new. So we really hope that this taster during Be the Change Week will prompt more of you to join us next year.
So on Monday the 14th, during periods 1 to 4, we're going to be screening 3 different films. So year 7 to 8 will be watching Queen of Katwe, a wonderful film about a Ugandan chess prodigy. Years 9 to 10 will be viewing Remember the Titans, which touches on racism in sports. And years 11 to 12 will be watching The Hate U Give. After we view these films from periods 1 to 3, we'll have some short activities and discussions organized.
Our primary goals when we were discussing with year 13 and year 12 was to do a movie festival, but with the COVID we had to postpone it. But now we're quite happy to be able to do that festival because we believe that a good movie can actually open your mind. It can put yourself into somebody else's shoes. It can educate people. So in the end we chose 3 movies that we wanted to show you. So that's going to be after school from 5 to 7. So on Tuesday, so it's if you want to go and see them, of course, it's not compulsory. So on Tuesday, you're going to be able to watch Bend It Like Beckham, a successful comedy that deals also with gender and cultural misunderstanding. On Wednesday, you're going to be able to see Just Mercy. It's a really powerful movie based on a true story. And on Thursday, you're going to be able to see Moonlight, which we won the Oscar 2 years ago for the Best Picture. And it's also an LGBTQ movie that's been quite successful. And during that special night, we're going to have the director, Sean Leonard, who's going to be with us, and he's going to also show his short movie just before we watch Moonlight together. And for each of these movies, we'll have a short introduction for you to tell you about how these movies were made and what were the goals. And after the movie also, we'll prepare different activities. So we're really hoping that you're going to be numerous to come and watch these movies with us.
So in terms of signing up, so we'll be sending a form in a very short while for you to sign up for the after-school film sessions. And it's on a first-come, first-served basis, so please keep that in mind. And so once we reach the audium's maximum capacity, considering all the COVID restrictions, we'll have to stop accepting people for each session. And so please fill out the form by Monday the 12th so that we have enough time to make the relevant arrangements, and you will be contacted right before your session. So thank you for listening, and we're really looking forward to your participation.
Merci.
Sorry. And now we're going to be passing on to Pride Alliance to Annette and Neve.
Hello guys, I'm Annette.
I'm Neve, and we're going
And
to present about
yeah.
Pride Alliance and our role during Be the Change Week.
Yes.
So we'll explain what the group kind of is. So it's a group that's an advocacy group that has been part of the school since 2018. And this year especially, we've been focusing a lot on expanding it and also making it much more of a visible and involved group within the school. So in our groups, in our meetings that we have weekly, we talk about any topic we want to talk about. So if any student brings a topic forward, we'll talk about it, we'll discuss it, we'll get everyone's opinion on it. And the group is there basically to represent a minority within the school.
What have we done so far? Well, unfortunately, we haven't done as much as we would have liked to do. However, we had to battle quite a bit with some parents that didn't really like the group at first. So that was already quite challenging. And afterwards, however, we managed to fundraise, I think it was 200 francs, to an association in Switzerland that helps the LGBTQ plus youth. We also organized Purple Day in October with Neve this year. And we just made the student body aware of the community and the fact that we're here now and we're here to stay.
An example of that is the fact that we decorated the schools, both campuses, for Pride Month. Okay, so our role in Be the Change Week. So the reason I wanted to do it is because, I mean, it's about fundamental human rights getting violated every single day. And it might just be in the form of microaggressions, but it's something that's still really present within our school. And like, it's something that I hear on a day-to-day basis. And I think that it's really important to start a discussion within the school about this. Of course, we're going to get backlash. Not everyone's going to like it. Some people might think we're going too far, but it is important for groups, especially their minorities, to be heard and have their voices be heard. And also so that the school is a supportive environment for everybody to learn and be in.
Well, our day in the Be the Change Week is going to be the Tuesday. And on the Tuesday, please come dressed as colorful as possible. Don't come in all black. Just please don't do that. We'll have various information booths and boards in the South Campus. We'll also direct English classes for Year 9 and Year 10. We'll have homeroom sessions, including a video filmed by one of our members. And we will have a workshop available with poet Sean Leonard. So we hope you all come, and we hope you can participate in the whole movement. And now we'll pass it down to Frank and Lucas for Earth Day.
So hello, it's me and Lucas. We're part of the Eco Society, and we're here to present you about ISL's very first Earth Day.
So what is it? ISL's Earth Day is a day that we're organizing to reflect on the impact we have on Earth. We're aiming to raise awareness and also change our habits for a greener future. We're aiming to spark lasting change in our school to ensure that we're as environmentally friendly as possible. And it's also a day to appreciate the environment and bring our community together to fight for it.
Why are we doing it? Because we saw in the cafeteria that it's an issue happening within our school, as there's a lot of food waste and plastic waste visible in the bins at the cafeteria. And we saw this, so we decided to base our overall goal or theme on food and plastic waste. It's also of global significance, as globally the world is fighting climate change and issues related to food and plastic waste. It's also for our future, to create a greener future.
So how can you get involved? As you may have already noticed in the notices and in the newsletter, there's going to be a homeroom transport competition, which basically means is if you come to school in a more ecologically friendly way, you get more points for your homeroom, and the homeroom with the most points will win a prize. Additionally, during the day, during lunchtime, visit the North Campus foyer to learn more about Plastic-Free Campus and 1001 Fontaine.
For more information, you may email me or Lucas or Miss Baker and Mr. Grocott. Thank you. And we'll be passing on to Sophie.
Sophie, Johanna, and Luca.
Good afternoon, ISL. We're here to talk about our CAS project, which is looking at healthcare in Rwanda and their orphanages. So a little background information. Before the Rwandan genocide in 1994, there were only 4 orphanages in the entire country, but today there are around 30. Due to the genocide, children were left with no home or family, and AIDS has orphaned more than 11 million African children, half of whom are between the age of 10 and 14. We're going to be working with Ibitaro, which is a charity that was started by a few medical students in Germany.
So one of these medical students traveled to Rwanda 2 years ago, and he decided to gather a few of his colleagues to start this organization. And their goal is to basically make this orphanage completely self-sufficient. So it's a tiny orphanage village in Rwanda, and they have quite a lot of children, and some of them, well, they all need healthcare, obviously, and the staff isn't. They don't have the training to do this yet, and that's their ultimate goal, and they need funds to how do you say this? To educate them, and they need medical supplies, and so that's what we're trying to do.
So our CAS project, our main goal is to basically raise awareness. So what we're doing during Be the Change Week is we're working with the Year 7s, each homeroom, from June 11th to June 17th. And then it will be like playing a bunch of different activities with them. And then on Friday the 18th, on the basketball courts, we're going to play this large game of dodgeball, which everyone can come down and watch. There will also be, from Friday the 11th, boxes in the North Campus foyer and South Campus entrance for donations. And our initial goal was 500 francs, but really anything will be helpful. And then this will later be given to the organization Ibitaro. So thank you now
to Ms. Gifford.
That's
Ms. Gifford.
Thank you, everyone. I am looking so much forward to the week ahead of us next week, and what a great way to celebrate our penultimate week here at school. So first off, thank you very much to all of the teachers and students who are putting the week together, and especially to Miss Moran, who is really the mastermind of putting together the Be the Change Week. I think the opportunity to focus on these really important issues and to really just take time sometimes away from our normal structured academic approach to think about things on a global level is both motivating and really meaningful. Also, looking back through this year, all of the different student groups, along with their teacher mentors who have developed homeroom materials, dress-up days, decorating the schools, and a variety of other activities, have really helped us to come together as a community and to just acknowledge the discrimination that exists in the world and the things that we still need to fight for on a constant level between ourselves. So, as I see this plan for next week, it gives me great hope. And perhaps one of the most inspiring things about working in education is when you work with young people, you always have a significant amount of hope. And much like this flower kind of pushing up through the ground in the most unlikely places, hope really gives you motivation, I think, and this motivation to really look out at what needs to be changed and to see a clear path of the little steps that we can keep taking to make these changes and make both of our school, our community, community and the world a better place. We still have a lot of work to go ahead of us. When I hear students talking about different microaggressions that they experience or offhand comments that show that there just is a lack of understanding of what it means to be parts of certain groups of people or how it works in our world, it just means that we need to spend more time in these areas. But I see such enthusiasm both from my colleagues, your teachers, as well as from the students that we work with, that I've got just a massive amount of hope seeing what will happen in our world in the future to come. So, as the name implies, Be the Change Week is a wonderful launch pad, not only for the wonderful conversations that we're about to have next week, but also for the actions that will be inspired from that. And I look very much forward to seeing that happen next week as well as in the year ahead. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and look forward to seeing you for this great event on Monday. Bye.